Hello, everyone. Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners, along with Bob Iacino. So we finally got some action going in the cryptos. Broke above the key level, got a close, spiked up just through our 99.65 level, then hitting it again, and then a massive sell-off occurred. I mean, if you're following the U.S. markets today, a big down day. One little tip: when you see something like this, when it breaks out one side of a congestion, then immediately reverses with, like, it goes through the middle, watch for it to take out the other side, especially that low. That is key. Just a little tip we call it a shake and bake. It gets people sucked in and then immediately reverses, and then people have stops, they start liquidating. It just exasperates the move. From back here, we had 91.25, spike through that, but remember, we always watch the closing pretty much at 92.70, these lows, and now trying to find, we had this other key level at 93.91, so essentially 9400 with the flat 200. That's proving to be resistance right now. If it gets above there, next level we'll be watching is right around here, about 9500, and then some separation in the rotation zone, so we'll start going with a 95.75 area. What I'm going to do now is I am going to update these levels here to give the longer term levels, and I'm also going to put on the most recent swing for the shorter term levels. So for the most recent swing, we're going to take this and go to the most recent swing high. Now we're going to go out to the daily chart and see how this is looking. So, daily chart here, you see spiking right down. This is why you use multi-time frames. Where did it spike down to? Remember this little spike low that spiked below our 99.65 level, and then, or 91.65, and then closed back up here. Look where it spiked down to. This is where you should be looking at multiple time frames. Right to the 50, and then moving back up. Now it is below the rotation zone again, so we're going to keep watching where this closes. If it does get through back through 9,000, we're watching about 8,900 right in the middle of this cluster. Then the next level watching is 87.96, essentially 8,800, then 87.05. It just happens to be on the round numbers or close to them, so I'm just going to go to round numbers. Especially this 87.05 is this little support shelf, so it does continue to sell off. That's your major level you'll be watching. I'm going to pay attention really to where it closes. Again, it's going to be more it's not really bullish with this kind of candle, but it's going to be more positive if it does close above 9,400, because it's back in the congestion area. So it just triggered a bunch of weak people who bought in this breakout, and triggered a bunch of them, and with the stop level. Now, if the U.S. markets continue another day of sell-off, that could trigger more weakness. So pay attention to what the U.S. markets and even the global markets are doing, and if they start selling hard and Bitcoin starts selling, then you'll know that you start watching for the lower levels. Switch over to Ethereum real quick. Ethereum, so let me go to 4 hour and let me zoom. So got above that little level we're watching, spiking up against, if you see over here, with this little shelf up here. So you have this little shelf area. The upper end of that shelf, remember we watched the closes. So spike through but closed down, spike through, closed down, spike through, closed down, spiked. It pretty much closed at the shelf, and then it also fell back through the horizontal channel. Especially, you wouldn't have known with this bar. These couple bars would just be a pullback. Then when you see this bar, expect it to test the other side of the channel, and you had the low 225.60, spiking just below it, then closing back up here. So that's, again, little tip: when you start seeing this through the middle of the channel, start watching for the other side of it. On a rally area, I'm watching now this little support shelf coming in about 237. And then I'm going to be watching 240. So those are the two levels on a continued rally. We got some buyers coming in here. U.S. markets are closed now. So those are the key levels I'm watching on a rally. Let's take a look at that daily chart. Daily chart. So you see it spiked through the rotation zone on the daily chart, but it's now back in it. So key level to watch for on the daily level is about 232. Close below 232 takes it below the rotation zone, takes it more into neutral mode, takes it right also below this little shelf. You might want to go to about 231.50. Close below 231.50 really takes it below all this, especially this key close. So that would take it more to neutral mode. A close within it still keeps it in bullish mode, and it's still back at the other end of this consolidation pattern. If it does sell back down through this 225.60 level again, 222.10, 218.60, and then the 50 we'd be watching with this little prior resistance becoming support, and that's coming in about 215. And we've talked about the 215 level a lot of times with Ethereum. That's what we have for you on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Hope everyone's doing okay, and we'll talk to everyone later. Bye for now.